Society tells you that having no friends means you've failed. Psychology says the opposite. People without close friends aren't broken, antisocial, or lonely. Their minds are simply wired differently. Social life feels draining, superficial, or completely pointless to them. And that's not a flaw, it's a feature. These 15 unique traits explain exactly why you walk alone and why that's perfectly okay. Social situations drain your energy after a social event. Most people feel energized. You feel like you need a week to recover. This isn't weakness, it's biology. Psychology calls this high social sensitivity. Your nervous system processes social interactions more deeply than others. While extroverts gain energy from being around people, every conversation costs you something. You're not just hearing words, you're reading facial expressions, analyzing tone, picking up on emotional undercurrents, processing everything on multiple levels simultaneously. Your brain is working overtime while everyone else is just chatting. And when it's over, you're exhausted. Not physically, but mentally and emotionally drained. This is why you need solitude to recharge. It's not that you hate people. Your brain simply burns through social energy faster than most. The problem is society doesn't understand this. They see someone leaving early or declining invitations and assume something's wrong. They label you antisocial when really you're just protecting your energy. Here's what they don't realize. You can enjoy people and still need space. You can love your friends and still require silence afterward. Your need for recovery time isn't a limitation. It's your brain telling you exactly what it needs to function at its best. You don't trust easily. If you've been burned before, your brain never forgets. People with few friends often share one thing in common: a past experience that rewired how they approach trust. Betrayal, childhood neglect, or being surrounded by the wrong people taught them a painful lesson. Not everyone deserves access to your life. Psychology shows that once trust is broken, the brain becomes protective and highly selective. You develop what researchers call a trust threshold, a higher bar that people must clear before you let them in. You don't open up quickly anymore. You observe first. You test people before investing emotionally. You watch how they treat others, whether their actions match their words, and how they behave when they think nobody's watching. Some call this guarded. You call it smart. The people who hurt you taught you something valuable. Red flags are real, and ignoring them has consequences. So now you think twice before giving someone access to your inner world. You'd rather have 0 friends than let the wrong person close enough to cause damage again. This isn't fear. It's wisdom earned through experience. Your small circle isn't a sign of failure. It's proof that you finally learned to protect your peace. You're highly sensitive to everything you feel, things others don't even notice. Loud noises hit harder. Bright lights overwhelm faster. Crowded spaces create instant anxiety. Emotions, both yours and everyone else's, register at maximum intensity. Psychology has a term for this: highly sensitive person, or HSP. Research shows approximately 15 to 20% of the population has this trait, characterized by deeper processing of physical, emotional, and social stimuli. Brain imaging studies confirm it. HSPs show stronger activation in regions connected to empathy, awareness, and emotional processing. Your nervous system is literally wired to absorb more from your environment. This sensitivity is a double-edged sword. On one hand, you notice beauty others miss. You connect deeply with art, music, and nature. You understand people on levels they don't even understand themselves. On the other hand, the world can feel like too much. Social situations become overwhelming. Negative energy sticks to you for hours. You need more recovery time than most people can comprehend. This is why you limit social exposure. Not because you're weak, but because you're protecting a nervous system that experiences everything amplified. Your sensitivity isn't a disorder. It's a different way of experiencing the world. You absorb other people's emotions. Walking into a room, you instantly feel the energy. Someone's anxious, and your stomach tightens. A friend is heartbroken, and suddenly you're carrying their sadness. A stranger is angry, and your whole body tenses without knowing why. This is what psychologists call being an empath. You don't just notice emotions, you absorb them as if they were your own. Research suggests empaths have more active mirror neurons, the brain cells responsible for processing and reflecting others' emotional states. You're essentially a walking emotional sponge, soaking up feelings from everyone around you. This ability makes you an incredible friend when you have them. People feel truly understood in your presence. They open up to you easily because they sense you actually feel what they're going through, but there's a cost. Without strong boundaries, you become overwhelmed. Other people's stress becomes your stress. Their problems become your burden. And after enough exposure, you're emotionally exhausted without understanding why. This is why you instinctively avoid crowds and limit social interaction. You're not rejecting people, protecting yourself from emotional overload. Your empathy is a gift. But until you learn to shield your energy, solitude remains your only reliable way to recover. Your inner world keeps you fulfilled. While most people need constant external stimulation, you have entire universes inside your head. Your imagination, thoughts, and ideas provide a level of fulfillment that others seek from socializing. You can sit alone for hours and never feel bored because your mind is always active, always creating, always exploring. Psychology research confirms this. People with lone wolf tendencies often have extraordinarily rich inner worlds. They engage in deep contemplation, explore abstract concepts, and find genuine satisfaction in their own thoughts. This is why solitude doesn't scare you. It excites you. Where others see emptiness in being alone, you see opportunity, time to think without interruption, space to process your experiences, freedom to let your mind wander wherever it wants. You don't need people to fill silence, because silence isn't empty for you. It's full of ideas, reflections, and creative possibilities that disappear the moment someone else enters the room. This makes you self-sufficient in ways most people will never understand. You're not running from connection. You've simply discovered that your own company is genuinely enjoyable. Your rich inner world isn't isolation. It's a sanctuary that most people will never have access to, including their own. You detect fake people instantly if you have few or no friends. There's a strong chance your brain works like a lie detector. You walk into a room, and within seconds, you can sense who's being real and who's performing. That coworker who smiles at everyone but gossips behind their backs, you spotted them on day one. This isn't paranoia, it's pattern recognition. Psychology research shows that as people become more self-aware, their tolerance for inauthenticity drops dramatically. Your brain detects micro-expressions, behavioral inconsistencies, and the gap between what people say and what they actually mean. Here's what most people don't understand. You don't avoid fake people because you're antisocial. You avoid them because inauthenticity drains you. It's exhausting to sit through conversations with someone who's performing instead of connecting. So you keep your circle small. It's not because you can't make friends, but because you refuse to collect people who wear masks. You'd rather sit alone in peace than spend an evening surrounded by people you can't trust. And that choice isn't a flaw, it's a filter. You prefer texting over talking. Phone calls make you cringe. Unexpected video chats feel like ambushes. While most people pick up the phone without thinking, you'd rather craft a text or email. It's not that you can't speak. You simply process and express yourself better through writing. Psychology explains this preference. Written communication gives your brain time to organize thoughts, choose precise words, and edit before sending. There's no pressure to respond instantly, no awkward silences to fill, no facial expressions to manage while simultaneously forming sentences. For deep thinkers, speaking in real time feels like performing without rehearsal. Your thoughts are complex, and spoken words often fail to capture what you actually mean. You leave conversations frustrated, thinking of everything you should have said. But writing lets you be fully yourself. You can take 3 minutes or 3 hours to respond. You can delete and rewrite until your message matches your intention. You can communicate depth without the exhausting performance of face-to-face interaction. This preference often confuses people. They assume you're avoiding them or being cold. They don't understand that your best self lives in written words, not spoken ones. You're not antisocial. You're just more articulate with a keyboard than a voice. Your inbox is where real connection happens. You don't need validation from others. Most people constantly seek approval. They need likes, compliments, and reassurance to feel good about themselves. You don't. Psychology calls this low social dependency. You can entertain yourself, solve your own problems, and find comfort within your own mind without needing external validation. This makes you appear distant to others, They don't understand how you can be happy alone. They assume something must be missing, but nothing is missing. You've simply built an internal foundation that doesn't require outside support to stand. You don't need a crowd to feel confident. You don't need applause to know your worth. Your sense of self comes from within, not from how many people surround you. This independence is actually a rare strength. While others crumble when approval disappears, you remain steady. While others chase popularity, you focus on what actually matters to you. However, this trait also raises your standards dramatically. You don't let just anyone into your personal space. You're selective about who gets access to your life because you don't need people to fill a void. The result? Fewer friends but zero desperation. You're not lonely. You're simply complete enough to choose solitude over settling for connections that add nothing meaningful. You observe more than you speak. In a world where everyone is talking, you're watching. While others fight for airtime in conversations, you sit back and absorb everything. You notice the tension between two people across the room. Catch the micro-expression that reveals someone's true feelings. You sense when the energy shifts, even slightly. This isn't shyness. It's awareness operating at a higher level. Research links this trait to heightened emotional intelligence. People who observe more than they speak develop what psychologists call empathic accuracy. The ability to read others with remarkable precision. You pick up on things most people miss entirely. Body language, contradicting spoken words, hidden emotions beneath polite smiles. The unspoken dynamics that control every social situation. This makes you incredibly perceptive, but also selective about when you contribute. You don't speak just to fill silence. When you do talk, your words carry weight because they come from genuine thought, not impulse. People often underestimate the quiet ones. They assume silence means you have nothing to offer. They're wrong. You have everything to offer. You're simply choosing to gather information first. And in that silence, you're learning more about people than they'll ever realize. You need time to process everything your mind doesn't do quick and shallow. It does slow and deep. While others react instantly, you need time to sit with information before responding. You analyze situations from multiple angles, consider possibilities others overlook, and think through consequences before making decisions. This isn't hesitation. It's thorough processing. Psychology research shows that deep thinkers require more time between input and response. Your brain doesn't just receive information. It examines it, questions it, and connects it to everything else you know. This makes you exceptional at solving complex problems. You catch logical inconsistencies others miss. See the bigger picture when everyone else is stuck on details. You make decisions that hold up over time because you've actually thought them through. But socially, this trait can create distance. Conversations move fast, and by the time you've processed what someone said, the moment has passed. You might seem quiet or disengaged when really your mind is working overtime beneath the surface. People mistake your thoughtfulness for disinterest. They don't realize that your silence is actually the sound of deep thinking. You're not slow, you're thorough. And in a world of impulsive reactions, that's a rare and powerful gift. Small talk feels pointless to you the moment someone starts talking about the weather. Your brain checks out. It's not that you're rude or uninterested in people. You just can't pretend that surface-level conversations matter when they don't. Discussing what someone ate for lunch or commenting on traffic feels like a waste of precious mental energy. Research from the University of Illinois found a direct connection between emotional intelligence and conversation preferences. People with high EQ engage in substantive discussions, not meaningless chatter. You crave conversations that leave you thinking for days. Discussions about ideas, psychology, human behavior, what makes life meaningful. When someone opens up about something real, you come alive. But those conversations are rare. Most people stay on the surface because it's safe. They talk without saying anything because vulnerability feels risky. And you're left feeling isolated in rooms full of people exchanging empty words. This is why socializing often feels exhausting. It's not the people that drain you, it's the lack of substance. You're not antisocial, you're depth-seeking. And until someone matches your level, small talk will always feel like speaking a language you never wanted to learn in the first place. You need time to process everything your mind doesn't do quick and shallow. It does slow and deep. While others react instantly, you need time to sit with information before responding. You analyze situations from multiple angles, consider possibilities others overlook. and think through consequences before making decisions. This isn't hesitation, it's thorough processing. Psychology research shows that deep thinkers require more time between input and response. Your brain doesn't just receive information, it examines it, questions it, and connects it to everything else you know. This makes you exceptional at solving complex problems. You catch logical inconsistencies others miss. See the bigger picture when everyone else is stuck on details. You make decisions that hold up over time because you've actually thought them through. But socially, this trait can create distance. Conversations move fast, and by the time you've processed what someone said, the moment has passed. You might seem quiet or disengaged when really your mind is working overtime beneath the surface. People mistake your thoughtfulness for disinterest. They don't realize that your silence is actually the sound of deep thinking. You're not slow, you're thorough. And in a world of impulsive reactions, that's a rare and powerful gift. Small talk feels pointless to you the moment someone starts talking about the weather. Your brain checks out. It's not that you're rude or uninterested in people. You just can't pretend that surface-level conversations matter when they don't. Discussing what someone ate for lunch or commenting on traffic feels like a waste of precious mental energy. Research from the University of Illinois found a direct connection between emotional intelligence and conversation preferences. People with high EQ engage in substantive discussions, not meaningless chatter. You crave conversations that leave you thinking for days. Discussions about ideas, psychology, human behavior, what makes life meaningful. When someone opens up about something real, you come alive. But those conversations are rare. Most people stay on the surface because it's safe. They talk without saying anything because vulnerability feels risky. And you're left feeling isolated in rooms full of people exchanging empty words. This is why socializing often feels exhausting. It's not the people that drain you, it's the lack of substance. You're not antisocial, you're depth-seeking. And until someone matches your level, small talk will always feel like speaking a language you never wanted to learn in the first place. You have extremely high standards. You'd rather have nobody than have the wrong somebody. While most people collect friends like currency, you're incredibly selective about who gets access to your life. Not everyone passes your filter. In fact, most people don't. This isn't arrogance, it's self-respect. Psychology shows that people who value themselves set higher standards for relationships. You've learned that low-quality connections cost more than they give. Draining friendships, toxic dynamics, and one-sided relationships taught you that quantity means nothing. So you raise the bar. You look for loyalty, authenticity, depth, and consistency. You watch how people treat others when nothing is at stake. You test whether their actions match their words over time, not just in the beginning. Most people fail these tests, not because they're terrible, but because they're average. And average isn't enough for the energy you're willing to invest. Some call you picky. You call it protecting your peace. The few people who clear your standards become friends for life. You give them everything because they've earned it. But the masses who don't measure up, they stay outside where they belong. Your small circle isn't a limitation. It's a carefully curated collection of people who actually deserve to be there. You're completely self-motivated. You don't need anyone pushing you forward. You push yourself. While most people require external motivation, deadlines, bosses, or social pressure to take action, you operate differently. Your drive comes from within. Goals matter because you set them, not because someone else expects them. Research shows people who prefer solitude score significantly higher on self-efficacy and independent problem-solving. You've developed the rare ability to discipline yourself without accountability partners or cheerleaders. This internal engine is powerful. You don't wait for permission to start. You don't need validation to continue. When obstacles appear, you figure it out alone because that's how you've always operated. But this self-sufficiency comes with a side effect. You struggle to understand people who need constant encouragement. Group projects frustrate you because others slow you down. Waiting for people to catch up feels like dragging dead weight. So you work alone, not because you can't collaborate, but because independence produces better results faster. Some see this as isolation. You see it as efficiency. Your self-motivation means you will achieve things others won't, because you don't depend on external circumstances to move forward. You're the engine and the fuel, all in one person. You have an old soul. You've always felt older than your age suggests. While others your age chase trends and superficial excitement, you're drawn to deeper things. Meaningful conversations, timeless wisdom, philosophical questions about existence. You've never fit neatly into your generation. Psychology describes old souls as individuals displaying maturity, insight, and understanding far beyond their years. You process life differently, seeing patterns and meaning where others see nothing. This creates a strange kind of loneliness. People your age feel immature. Their priorities seem shallow. Their conversations lack substance. You find yourself connecting better with older individuals who've lived enough to appreciate depth. You're not interested in impressing people or chasing status. Material success means little compared to inner growth, purpose, and authentic living. While the world rushes forward, you prefer slowing down and savoring what actually matters. This disconnect isn't your fault. You simply arrived here with a different perspective, one that values wisdom over popularity and meaning over noise. Old souls often walk alone because few people operate on their wavelength. But that solitude isn't emptiness. It's the natural result of seeing the world through eyes that have always searched for something more. Your depth is rare. Protect it. Your creativity needs solitude. Your best ideas never come from crowded rooms. They come from silence. While the world celebrates collaboration and teamwork, your creative mind operates differently. You need space, stillness, and uninterrupted time alone to access your deepest thoughts and most original ideas. Research by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi confirms this. People who struggle with being alone are significantly less likely to develop their creative abilities. Solitude isn't just preferred by creative minds, it's required. When you're alone, something magical happens. Your imagination wanders freely. Ideas connect in unexpected ways. Solutions appear that never surface during group brainstorms. The noise disappears and clarity takes its place. This is why constant socializing kills your creativity. Other people's opinions, expectations, and energy interrupt the delicate process happening inside your mind. You need distance from the world to create anything meaningful. History's greatest artists, writers, and thinkers understood this. They protected their solitude fiercely because they knew their best work emerged from silence, not noise. You're no different. Your need for alone time isn't antisocial. It's the essential condition your creative mind requires to function. Without solitude, your gifts stay locked inside, never reaching their full potential. Protect your alone time. Your creativity depends on it. If this video described you, you're not broken. You're rare. Like, share, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more.